The Belmont Stakes Picks edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our World Cup Survivor Pool. $25 entry winner. $25 entry. Winner take all at sportsgambling.com/spash. Oh my goodness. Am I not doing this thing again? Hold on. 1 second. Now that is sound. I almost did a whole show from the MacBook Air speaker. Can you imagine that? But that's what happens when you start talking horse racings. Anyway, with that, let's get this show brewing from Hollywood. All right, welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, Scumbag Rant, Laddie Daddy, the Bet Detective, CJ Sullivan, doing a bonus. It's not really a bonus, it's a bonus episode. It is Friday, May 5th, 5/5/26. I'm recording this previously. You're listening. Hey, you could be listening to it afterwards, but we have to do a bonus episode because it is the last race of the Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes. And once again, I'm bringing my man, Joe Besecker, Jeb, horse owner extraordinaire, over 1,200 career victories as a horse owner, lives out in the Pennsylvania. He's got his own farms out there in the Amish land of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He just had a big sale, actually, of a horse that he bought for 15. I'll let him tell the story. For like 15,000 he got in on it and sold it for just like 600,000, something crazy like that. So it goes to tell you, degenerates, owning horses is a surefire way to make money. Nothing but windfalls of cash. There is no overhead. I am just kidding. It is a terrible way to make money, but he does it. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, Triple Crown Belmont will be coming up there. Will be coming up. It is coming up. It is. It's here. It's in Saratoga. The most beautiful one. It's the night. Let's see. You have your Kentucky Derby, of course, which gets all the attention, all the love. And then you get the the Preakness, which is the stepchild. Should I re-record this? Let's see. Well, hold on 1 second here. Maybe we'll re-record. No, Joe's being a little late. Jesus Christ. He's always a fucking problem. He's not a problem. He's just always a lot, is what he is. Just an absolute lot. So we're going to keep plowing through. We're going to get through it anyway. I wouldn't say he's probably Joe's the best. But he's a lot. He's the one who set this time. Whatever. Yeah, that's working with talent. You know what I mean? I know what it is in the biz. Working with the talent, and he's the man. So anyway, Kentucky Derby. Obviously, the gal, everyone gets the attention. Your older sister, the older sister, or not the older sister, but the whatever. I'm not good. I'm a Colin. What am I, Colin Coward? I don't crowbar comparisons just to make comparisons like he does. Because I'm not a sportscaster impersonating a comic. I'm the other way around. I should remind you, this is the Bottom Line Bombs. It's a show that's picks with bits for tobacco use only. I'm recording live from the Hollywood studios. I'm not in the actual SGPN studio because it is a different time set. Like I said, I know it comes to the talent, but it's all right. Anyway, then the Preakness is the drunk fest, absolute middle child, act out, whatever, bastard stepchild, whatever it is. It's still part of it. You got to bring them along, maybe the burnout cousin. And then you have the Belmont. It's an older, wiser brother. That's what it is. He's the oldest. Doesn't get all the attention, but he makes sure everything runs right. Maybe he has to start working early, take care of the siblings while the parents are doing double shifts at the work. But what it is the best race of the three. You had the best horses, unlike the Preakness, because they all, after the Derby, they all skip it and get the hell out of there and they train for this one. It's a longer race, although it's usually a mile and a half. Now it's only a mile and a quarter because they realize, well, a lot of these horses are dying. It's in beautiful Saratoga, upstate New York. It's gorgeous. And it's not as a crowded field as a Derby. A Derby, everyone wants to be a part of it. They want to get their lotto. They want to win that 20-horse field. And, you're banging around. It's not a true race. It's a true race, obviously. It's a Kentucky Derby. But anything can happen at Derby. In the Belmont, not everything can happen. The cream rises to the crop, if you will. The cops will cream. Horse cops will become cream if they don't race. All right. I'm all over the place. Point is, this is a handicapper's race, the Belmont Stakes. We're going to be bringing on our man Joe Besecker soon, and we'll be talking about. But first, of course, let me tell you, we also have the World Cup coming up. In honor of the World Cup, the Premier League Gambling Podcast is now the World Cup Gambling Podcast. That's fun. Group previews and daily picks for the World Cup. Plus, we're doing a World Cup Survivor pool. $25 entry, winner take all. Finally read that right on the first time. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/splash. Use promo code SGPN for $20 in quick pick entries. No deposit required. All right. We are back. Yeah, we will be talking some World Cup, of course, coming up there soon. It's coming here in Los Angeles. It's all in America. Hotel prices are out of hand. That's been being tracked very loudly and publicly here, especially in Los Angeles. Maybe Spencer Pratt will be able to fix that, as he will be there in a runoff for the mayor election. That's what happened last night. I did post a video. I talked about the Champions League result of them losing in penalties, and just the argument about should a game decide to be decided in penalties, a championship game, a World Cup. And my video was, making fun of it. If you listen to the most recent Bottom Line Bombs, I said that, no, of course it's not a fair way to do it, but it's necessary because nobody's scoring. You're running around. You're playing little keep-aways from each other. You're playing a little boo here. You get the ball. We get the ball. Let's not try to score here because that will hurt somebody's feelings or something. I don't know what the deal is, but somebody doesn't score. Somebody's got to score. Is my point. So then let's go. Okay, since no one can score, let's make you do the easiest thing possible to score. Let's just do it right. Put the ball 4 feet away from the net and just blast it in there. And then we'll decide a champion, and we'll get drunk. And well, we already are drunk, but then we'll become rowdy. Then we'll embarrass and beat up fans of any other color jerseys than ours. And that's what we do. That's part of the culture, which it's fine. So anyway, point is, I posted that video, and I know it as soon as I post any soccer video, you're going to get comments. Soccer fans get so fired up, or football. Someone put a quote in there. Well, Kevo, I believe it was, put a comment like, I wanted to propose a rule where you put the ball back, like 40 feet. So it's like 50-50, whatever, not so close. And someone's like, it's about coach. And someone else comments on that and replies on that and how that's a bad idea. And they start going back and forth, which great. Okay. But take this debate out of my comment section. They just hijacked my video comments. I'm getting notified every time these two clowns are going at it with their hypothetical penalty kick debate. There's a little consent issue with this. I get it. It was my video and I put it out there in public, but I mean, come on. Take this to the Reddit forums or whatever, or blah, Substack, if you will. Anyway, so Cincinnati good. World Cup will be next week. Is it the 16th, I believe? Then the U.S. Open golf tournament's coming up. There's a lot of good things coming up this summer in the month of June. So we have World Cup. We'll have the U.S. Open golf, of course. We'll be finishing the Stanley Cup and the NBA playoffs. By the time you're watching this, I'm recording this earlier. So the series is either 1-1 in hockey or it's 2-0 Vegas. Anything could happen. This good Lord. And this is me stalling out for Joe Besecker. I am here wearing. How do you want to do my man in the box shirt already? Maybe I'll do it. I do want to talk a little bit about. I'll wait for Joe or not. You know, matter of fact, let me do a little man about. If you're watching here, and thank you if you are watching, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the YouTube and subscribe to Bottom Line Bombs on X. That's CJ Sullivan _ Instagram. That's CJ Sullivan was taken. Underscore in between each word at TikTok at .CJ Sullivan, blah, blah, blah. You email me, bottomlinebombs@sgpn.com, which you will have to do if you want to send in a video submission to be a partner with me on Circa Survivor. Speaking of which, I should talk about that now as well. Let me talk about the Circa Survivor, then I'll hold on the man in the box. But let me tell you about Circa Survivor here. Since it is the summer, it's the greatest NFL handicapping contest. It's back, better than ever, with $30 million in prizes. $22 million for Circa Survivor, $6 million for the Circa Millions, $4 million for Grandissimo. Now you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, CJ, doesn't that add up to $32 million? Yes, it does. There's a typo in the ad read, okay? And that's Sean Green's fault. So message Sean Green. It's guaranteed $30 million. So it's $20 million for Survivor, $6 million for the Millions, $4 million for Grandissimo. Sign up in Las Vegas, play from anywhere. Use our official proxy football contest proxy. You got Vegas Maddie. You have the Foxy proxy. They are the best proxies in the business. You head to footballcontest.com. Use our promo code SGPN. You get $50 off your proxy fees. You have what it takes to become a football millionaire. We're also brought to you by Underdog. I gotta get back on Underdog. Putting up $1 million in their Steal the Pot promotion. Make a pick with the final steals leader and walk away with your share of the pot. Underdog's increased their payouts. 2 pick entries now pay 3.5x. 3 pick entries now pay 6.5x. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up for my promo code BOMBS. That's BOMBS. BS. The Foxy Proxy and Vegas Maddie. They are the best proxies if you are going to enter the Circa contest. I recommend you do it. Now, I recommend you become partners with me to Bet Detective, but I'm only allowing out the one winner. I got my 10 entry money locked down. Second place, VSiN, PGA, pool thing situation. It was like a 10K situation. But point is, I got there, and I will be doing, so I'm getting my 10 max entries, and I will do the video submissions. My video content of the Bet Detective will be coming out soon, and I am giving away one of my Survivor contest entries. They're $1,000 an entry, so that's $500 each. It'll probably be a $51.49. I have to have the lawyers, of course, write it up a little bit first. But point is, we'll share an entry. My treat, we can win $20 million together. We'll conspire over, who we want to pick each week. I'll have final say because I'm not a moron. But the point is, you can ride with the Bet Detective. We can win $20 million together this year and be a part of that. And I'll take care of the proxies and all that when I go sign up in Vegas, which I will. But enough of that. That's not what we're here for. That was just an ad read. We are here for the Belmont Stakes picks. You are here for our guy, the horse guru, Mr. Joe Besecker. The talent has arrived. Let me bring him on here real quickly here. And big, there he is, Joe Besecker. How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. This Triple Crown series has been confounding.
Mm-hmm.
This race is tough.
Yep.
really
Well,
tough.
I was explaining it. I was just going over. This is a handicapper's race, though. The Derby, obviously, big field.
Well,
anything-
actually, the whole card, CJ, is. I
Yeah.
mean, this is unbelievable. You know, the whole card is tough. I haven't spent a ton of time on it yet because, as you know, when you take a look at a form or you take a look at, you know, the card, usually you can say, oh, boom. So, for instance, you know, I love Crude Velocity, right?
Yep.
It was my pick of the Derby day, and it won. But that race is really, really tough. I'm still going with Crude Velocity.
Okay.
But there's some horses there that I think the contingent of 3-year-olds is good, and it's yet to be determined if it's really good.
Right.
So I went over. I guess you know you should look good. You in the Preakness, you told me who you were going to have, and I said you can have them. I didn't say it. I just said you can have them.
Right.
I just didn't want them. And I did have the exact in the try because, you know, I threw them underneath. But yeah, this race is tough. And the other thing is it's a Saratoga, right? And that's a curveball as well.
It's Saratoga. It's right. It is Carnival. It's not the typical 1.5 miles, right? It's 1.25 miles this year.
Yeah.
They still trying to figure out.
So have you given out your pick yet? Well,
no. I've been setting up. I've been waiting for you. I was going to do the big introduction. The
big question is, you know, I'm really good buddies with Doug O'Neill, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to try, and you are too. I'm going to try to give a reverse psychology help to him.
Okay.
Why in the world is Vitruvian Man in the Belmont?
Why is he in the Belmont? Trained by your dear friend Doug O'Neill,
yes.
Number 1 horse, co-owned, besides by Run Fast Racing, Little Wayne and Little Yachty, 2 rappers. I'm sure you're familiar with.
That's probably why he's in there.
Yeah, he's probably on your Spotify.
They probably want to have some of those Belmont drinks and whatever else they do.
Yeah, so that's it. I just put that together. So can we get Doug to introduce us to Little Wayne and Little Yachty? We got to get involved in some of those parties.
I think Doug, those days, like 10, 15 years ago, Doug would have been at the center of those parties. He's on the straight now. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I have allowance horses that I think can beat this horse.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why this horse is in the.
And real quick, Joe, before we go even further, I know you congratulated me for hitting the Preakness winner, but congratulations to you. As I told my listeners last we left, it was a little nerve-wracking. You were selling that the horse. Why don't you tell the story? You were expecting a little bit.
I'll tell a bit of the story. It's a good story, and it's good to tell good stories because we could spend a lot more time telling bad stories. Horse racing is like that. Last year at the yearling sale in Timonium, it just kind of goes in, you know. I sold a horse that was sired by Vinny Rosso, which, by the way, is Vitruvian Man's sire. Okay. When I booked to Vinny Rosso, I was happy. It was a Curlin. It was owned by Rapoli. And I was able to get to that horse, and I thought that was a good breed. Right? Yeah. That was a good match. I thought it was a good thing. And I was able to get a pretty good deal. And but what happens is, so I've done really well in horse racing. I've done well in buying them. I've done well in claiming them. But the place I probably have done the poorest is in breeding. So when I bred, because you don't know for like 3-4 years, because you got the 11-month gestation. Right. You got to get the mare ready, 11-month gestation, then it's a weaning, then it's a yearling, then it's a 2-year-old. You don't know. You're locking in. It's kind of you're really locking into a 3 or 4 year process. So I have this mare, Bazinga B, and I said, look, this matches up well. I think this could be a hot sire. And he came out as they were selling the weanlings and the yearlings and the weanlings, and it was doing pretty well. All of a sudden, the pinhookers, the people in Kentucky just got ice cold on Vinny Rosso. Ice cold. So when I thought the horse would sell for, a lot more than the stud fee, and my horse looked great. It was, straight, had a great throat. This is a yearling now. It's not when they, but because it looked good, and even though Vinny Rosso was cold, I was able to sell it. I think I got 38,000. I think my all-in on the horse was maybe 30,000 during the period of time and taking care of it. So I made a small profit. It wasn't what I was looking for.
Right.
Got most of my money back, if not all, and a little profit.
Oh, you can hope.
Well, I was sitting it, and my goal to that was I wasn't going to buy anything. All right. Well, I deal with a farm called Northview. They're Maryland based. They were Maryland and New York based. And my buddy Paul, Irish Paul, who you've met, worked for them. And they had a couple that were coming through the sale that told me they didn't have a bunch of interest on. And one was a horse sired by the name by Volatile, and the other one was by Street Sense. Now you've heard of Street Sense,
of course.
And prior to that, I had been doing some homework on the new sires, and Volatile caught my interest, even though it wasn't particularly hot at that time, because Steve Asmussen, the trainer who has won more races than anybody in the country ever, period, had a statement that said Volatile was the fastest horse he ever trained, period.
Wow.
Period. So the horse is coming through, and I sent out my team to go look at it. We had looked at it briefly in the, when you're doing the grounds, and the horse looked fine to me. And I guess it had a little bit of a towing out, just very little. And they can grow out of that, as they get better and more mature, they grow out of it.
It was enough to scare people off.
Well, and then, so I'm bidding on the horse. I shouldn't say this, but I knew who was selling it, and they were very respectful. And they said, and I did something I don't normally do. I bought it because it was going so cheaply. I bought it without looking at the vet, and the people the consignor, I didn't know them well, but a lot of my guys did. They said that the horse was fine. So I thought the horse would go for considerably more, and when they knocked it down, I got the horse for $18,000.
$18,000,
and that is still a lot of money in anybody's book,
for sure. Absolutely.
But for the horse business, that's like buying good stuff cheap. That's like Ollie's. If you guys know what Ollie's is, all right. And the horse was big, beautiful. Walked like, and so after I bought it, I had immediate buyer's remorse because I thought, how did I get this horse so cheaply? I mean, it shouldn't have done that.
Must be something wrong. Fastest.
It has to be. So we went all over the horse. We went all over the horse. There was nothing wrong. And my buddy Clovis Crane, the second they knocked it down, Clovis Crane is a consignor. He was selling yearlings, and he's a good friend of mine. He comes running down the ramp, and he grabs me from behind. He says, I want half this horse. I was doing something else, and I didn't get the bid, and I said, you got it. I want half this horse. I will train this horse to at least the 2-year-old sale together, and I won't charge you a nickel. So all I'll have in this is what I paid for. You paid it. You paid for the horse, and from that point forward, as you get and prepping a horse for a 2-year-old sale is pretty expensive.
Sure.
Well, Clovis and I are very close. I'm close with him and his family, and I said, well, I really had no choice when he said that. So fast forward through the winter, everything, he keeps telling me we got the steal of a lifetime. And he said, this horse is really good. Then he started calling me as he started getting him readier and readier. And he said, this horse is special. And then he calls me up and says, this might be one of the best horses I've ever gotten ready for a 2-year-old sale.
So you went from, how did I get this damn horse so cheap? Why didn't anyone want this? I'm seeing this sight unseen, to now people begging to giving you free services for a piece of it.
Well, that was right away. That's just
he has
a farm. It's him doing the work. I mean, you know, it ended up being a very expensive proposition for me because now it goes, and now all of a sudden at this year's Timonium sale, they don't do time trials. At the end of last year's 2-year-old sale, they had a lot of problems with the track. Half of them worked out, and the track was bad, the weather was bad, and so all they did was gallop. All right, and then they said, and then Fasick said, "Hey, when we sold these horses, they didn't sell for much less than what we thought they were going to sell when they were doing time trials. Yeah. And it's a lot easier on the horse. The HISA people, the people that are concerned with the health welfare, thought it was a better idea. And they do this sometimes over in Europe. They just gallop. They work lightly. They're not asking them to go all out, because the truth is, on these 2-year-old and training breezes, that's the fastest a horse will ever run in its life. You know, horses don't run 10 flat around the track the whole time. If they were, they'd beat Secretariat. So, but it happened to be the first one, and still, it's confusing. It's going to take some time. And by the way, OBS, Keeneland, they still do the time trials. And what they do is they time it 1/8 of a mile. Now it's up to the other people to time it when it goes beyond that, what they call the gallop out. So for those 2 days, so our horse just did it like a traditional way. We wanted to show this horse was fast and he was good, and it had the best 1/8, 1/4, and 3/8 workout of any horse.
Unbelievable.
And then you have to hold on to your horses and say, will it pass the vet? Well,
hold your horses.
Yes, and it passed the vet with flying colors. And we started hearing these numbers. Now, once again, one horse can cover up a lot of sins, and I've had a lot of sins. But we started hearing some pretty broad, big numbers. When I first started hearing them, it was like, hey, you can get 200 for that horse. Maybe you can get 250. Wow. Then as the week went on, I started hearing whispers about 300. And probably the most I heard was 400,000. Okay?
400,000. Did you ever think you move on to this horse, or you like, let's just cash in right here?
Well, we did put a reserve on the horse. I won't tell you where, but we got to the reserve before you could say Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
Okay, or before you could say Renegade. There's a reason.
He's not gone from your life, you're saying.
And, there's a little part of you as somebody that raises horses that says, I kind of want to keep this horse.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I want
to keep a piece of this horse.
Yeah, at least a piece.
But there's a number, and I have rarely done poorly or really regretted selling a horse, and I have regretted holding on to a horse.
Sure.
B-Doc being one of them.
B-Doc, shout out to B-Doc, but we got it.
B-Doc was a really good horse, did really well, but then as he got older, he started to have some
named after the Hall of Fame safety,
Brian Dawkins, baby. I always said if I had a badass horse, I was going to name it B-Doc, and this was a badass horse. I paid way too much money for this horse, but anyway.
You got B-Doc to come meet him, right? Didn't he come meet him? I know he's.
Oh, B-Doc came to this race at Philadelphia Park. Yeah, he came.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Had a contingent. It was a huge draw for Parks. We ran in a big race, and that was the race where I think he kind of hurt himself a little bit. But anyway, and who trained that?
Doug O'Neill.
So now it obviously very nervous. There's people that want to do deals. We made a decision that we were just going to let the horse racing gods take over.
Sure.
We put a reserve. It was not a ridiculous reserve. If it sold for reserve, we would have been happy. It would have been a nice hit. Well, now that it goes into the ring and it starts, and it did not, from start to finish, it was a pretty aggressive bidding. And
now you're live. You're in the audience.
I'm there. I'm there in the audience.
What this is like.
I'm just watching. I'm just a spectator.
Okay, so it's an auction. They bring them out. There's like hundreds of these horses, right? And yours is the
that sale has 600 and some. OBS had 1,200. OBS March and April. This is and I will say in general, Fasick did a phenomenal job because There were a lot of horses that I bought in March and April because I put these little partnership together that I thought we did really well.
Yeah.
And I try to keep my purchase of horses under. There's a thing called an auction maiden race where your maidens, the ones that win and run for the first time, will compete with other horses that have sold in the number most tracks at the big tracks now is $65,000. So if I buy a horse for $65,000 and now Bob Baffert buys one for $650,000, you're racing against that horse. In the auction maiden, it's restricted to any horse bought at auction for $65,000 and under. Still a lot of money.
Still a lot of money, but at least a little fairer game going on.
Right. So, and I have had very good success with that. Another horse I had, which you probably didn't follow, but you may remember the name. I named him Run, Jalen, Run.
Run, Jalen, Run.
Yeah, it was a run.
Hopefully he'll do this year under the new offense of Sean Marion. But
so I named him Run, Jalen, Run. We had tremendous success with that horse, and I was able to not only win several races and collect pretty good money in the auction maiden race and then the allowance race after that, but at that point, because he was so well, people got excited and I was able to sell. Okay.
Perfect.
And he won a race the other day, but I'm still way ahead of the game. So
cut the velocity. It's the moment. You're hearing 300,000. There's a buzz in the
it's
stage.
300, and there's still multiple bidders.
Oh, wow.
It's 400, and there's still many, like more than two. Somewhere around 475. It starts to look like it's down to 2. Now, I know that this guy Donato who buys for Baffert and whatever, I know that I don't know because they're very cagey, but I'm pretty sure they're on the horse. I can't see him though. I'm looking through the ring. I can't see him. I guess he was in the back. And then there was another guy that is a big time buyer and he's bidding. Now I see him bidding. Now it's 500. Now it's 550. Now it's 575. And I'm sitting next to Coy, who's Clovis's 12-year-old son, who, by the way, when I was buying the horse for $18,000, was sitting next to me. He's my good luck charm. And just prior to that, about 10 minutes before, I gave him some money. I said, go out and buy me a Diet Coke. And he wasn't there. I couldn't find any of my people to go look at him. I said, hey, Coy's grown up with horses, and he's he knows horses like he knows the alphabet. I go out looking for him. He's got my Diet Pepsi in him, and I look over and I said, do me a favor. You're the only person I can find. I'm calling. I'm going to take a look at it because I had told everybody I wasn't buying anything. Right? Yeah, so they weren't really paying attention to me. I said, take a look at this horse, and he looks at him. He looks. He says, I like this horse. This horse is really well put together. He says, but he's fat. Right? Okay. And I said, well, that doesn't, I'm fat too. So what the hell? That doesn't
that can be worked on, you know?
Yeah. Well, you want a horse, I think, that has a little more weight than that you can't get weight on.
Yeah. I'm
so
sure.
Now we're at 550. We get to 6 and it starts to slow down. At this point, I'm like over the moon.
Yeah, of course.
And I think it goes from 6 to 625 and went 620 to 650, just like that. And I'm thinking, Jesus, how far am I? Well, the guy, I could see the guy that was the underbidder at 625, and I saw him go.
Too fat. Too fat, he says. Get out.
Well, no, that he wasn't. No, this is when he was a yearling. He was too fat.
Okay.
And he was pissed. The story I hear later is that the buyer, which was
he had a cap.
Zendan and Baffert's going to train the horse, basically said, and I wish I would have known this, I would have stuffed hundreds in that guy's, the underbidder's pockets, because he said, you weren't getting this horse. We were getting this horse. So who knows where they were. But when Zendan wants a horse.
So you could have had him just keep betting because we're going to get this up to $1 million. So he had no cap.
But it was fun. It was fun.
That's incredible. So went for 650. You've always told me the easiest, safest way to make money is to be a horse owner. No downside whatsoever. And that's
I must have been doing some of the stuff that who owns the other one, the which rapper? I might have been doing rapper
Little
stuff.
Little Yachty and Little Wayne stuff.
Little Wayne, I think likes his weed. So
yeah, he does. Little Wayne
I don't
sure
smoke
does.
weed, but I might have been doing it that day if I said.
Well, I was just kidding. You never said that. That's obviously a warning to all the degenerates listening. But that's an amazing story. Velocity. Baffert's going to be training.
So the horse goes to Bob Baffert. His name was Mio Explosivo. I don't think they're going to keep that name. I don't know if they are or not. I bought him with that name. Okay, you can change the name before you race them. Once they race, you can't change the name. But I didn't change the name just because I think it would cost me $500, and I thought I was going to sell them anyway. So, maybe somebody would like that. I don't think the name kind of fits them. But Volatile is a sire that I think you should be watching. This horse was special to me. Now there are horses that went more than my horse, but they were bought for like $200,000-300,000.
Yeah, they weren't bought for
and they weren't.
Whatever.
This wasn't in the mischief or anything like that. So or curling or anything like that. So I think we did extremely well. I'm very excited. And what I should have done that day is just
36x you got, I should say.
Huh?
36 times the amount of money you paid for it. 36x.
That's not bad.
That's pretty incredible.
In this stock market, there's some that do better. But let's get to the Belmont.
Yep. And before we get to that, of course, we'll be looking to place some futures in that Derby on Kalshi, right? A real money prediction market, legal in a ton of states. They got a ton of trading options for your favorite sports. New Kalshi customers get $10 when they use promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm.
Well, I think that Kalshi fans should put something up since Besecker's picking this Triple Crown.
Yeah,
they should do the don't. My horses haven't run badly, but they've had troubles, and they should put something up. Will CJ be right or will Jeb be right? And I think
all right. I'll put that up there. I'll put that. We'll get that market up there.
We're gonna do 3. We're gonna pick 3, and it'll be 5 points for first, 3 points for second, and 1 point for third. And then you add them up, and we'll see how that works. All right.
All right. Let me tell them first about Rhythm, which you get your 7-day free trial today. You can make your own models there. Go premium. Use promo code SGPN25. Download the Rhythm app. 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm app. Use promo code SGPN25. Now we are back with Joe Besecker. We'll put up a yes/no for Kalshi market for the Jeb picks.
Well, we'll do it 5, 3, 2, 1 or 5, 3, 1. So total 8 points. Total 9 points, and whoever has the most points. And but I am confident on this one that I had 2 horses in the Preakness. I just didn't have the winners.
Yes,
you did, however.
I did brought them up. Let's bring up somebody. Let's bring up these horses.
All right, we'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. How about that?
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the Belmont Stakes, which I think is the best race of the Triple Crown, at least.
And it is, I think, the best race of this year's Triple Crown too.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that there's a lot of opportunity here. So
a lot of great horses, and they all should be able to run the race they want to run.
So I'm going to make Doug lucky and say that horse has no shot.
Okay.
And if you have a shot, if you have a chance to bet a horse to finish last, Doug, I love you dearly, but I don't get this. Now he is a closer, but it's not a mile and a half anymore.
No.
I mean, if it was a mile and a half, I'd say maybe it falls apart in front, but
it is weird. Now overall, there's not a lot. They say there's not a lot of speed here, but it is a mile and a quarter. So the closers. So I don't know. It's interesting in that fashion where usually the Belmont you want a deep closer, mile and a half. Let the speed tire it out. But you're right. This year, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit different. We'll see.
So, now you have the next one is Power Shift, a very interesting horse. I love the Sire Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I love Quiet American mares. If you go back and look through the years, Quiet American is a great broodmare sire.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, and I didn't prep for this, I think Quiet American might have been Smarty Jones' broodmare sire. That family. So, but and it ran a really nice, I mean, heck, a 96 buyer the first time, didn't even win. It lost to Emerging Market. Then it bounced to High Heaven, both of them at Tampa. And then broke its maiden very impressively with Irad Ortiz. And Todd Pletcher does phenomenal at Saratoga. I don't know that I'm going to use him, but I would not make fun of anybody like I made fun of you last race if they picked it.
So it is Pletcher. Do you think now Mike Rapoport, whatever, owns him? He's the son of Constitution.
Well, Mike Rapoli owns him, right?
Mike Rapoli, right? Who owns a few of them, obviously. So that gets people buzzing a bit. A lot of people are saying he might just be the pace setter for Renegade.
By the way, he didn't cost as much as my horse. He cost $500, so wow. I beat him on that.
That's incredible.
But
so
Rapoli, $500,000 to Rapoli is like pocket lint, but
yeah, that's nothing. That's a cup of water out of the ocean. Yeah. But you're right. I think this horse might be good on his own, not just a pace setter.
I think he will be. And Luis Saez, while I think he's a really great jockey, tends to run better with upfront horses.
Yeah.
So I would not blame anybody at all if they like this horse.
Right.
He's not a throwaway for me.
Not a throwaway. All right, let's get into Chief Wallaby.
And maybe his running style, because it's a little bit shorter race and he'll be up there a little bit closer. You may see Power Shift do a power shift. He could do any kind of thing. And he's very lightly raced, only 3 starts. So this horse could pop. He could definitely pop.
All right.
Chief Wallaby. I think if I remember correctly, that was a horse you really liked in the Derby.
Everyone loved Chief Wallaby on the Derby.
He was a buzz horse, right?
Definitely a buzz horse.
But he got a terrible trip.
Yeah.
He got bumped early. He got bumped late. Bill Mott, what can you say? He's one of the best. I am not, even though I think he's a very good rider, an Alvarado fan. And it doesn't surprise me that he got him in trouble. I think I give him a B+ as a rider.
Okay.
Not an A, but some people really believe he's an underlay as a jockey. I think he's about right where he is. I think he's not quite he's not Wembanyama, he's not, LeBron, he's not SGV, but
he's not Chet Holmgren, thankfully. He's a little above that.
I hope he's better than Chet. Jesus. And he did great all up until then, but boy, did he disappear.
He had a bad day at the office, bad series.
He sure did. And I thought he looked afraid of Wemby. I thought he just got totally frustrated.
100% looks scared. I kind of feel bad for him because that's all people.
So do I, because he had a great season. He was very impressive throughout. He just came up small when it was time to come up.
He's going to have a long summer. But Chief Wallaby, they said, was the most talented of those Florida horses. He's obviously a rival of Renegade, found the youth Florida Derby. I don't know. I wonder if he gets the love that he got on, because he's got a much shorter number now.
God, no. God, no. He's not going to get no. But he regressed only a little bit. And, he has a flat pattern, what they say. And he had enough trouble in the Derby that he could have run maybe a point better without it. But even with that point better, I think he would need another point or two.
Sure.
I think he'll be in the trifecta.
Okay.
All right. Renegade. What a great name for a horse, isn't it?
Great name, great song from the Steelers. They left playing in the fourth quarter. Renegade. It's just a great, and you need a catchy one.
You're young enough that you don't even really remember when Renegade came out as a song before it became Steelers.
Yeah, the song. Well, I mean, classic rock, late '70s, the arena rock era.
Well, like I said, you were in diapers. So.
That's true.
So, but Renegade. I'm picking him. I shouldn't say that because we're going through him. The reason I'm picking Renegade, even though I might not bet him at all, but he will be in everything that I have.
I'd be shocked if he is not first or second. I mean, shocked.
I'd be shocked if he wasn't first, second, or third. I wouldn't be shocked for that. I will tell you this: Irad Ortiz is so freaking good.
Yep.
That he might be able to ride Vitruvian Man and get him on the trifecta.
And I think he's motivated. I mean, he was.
Oh, he's very motivated. His brother just beat him in the Derby.
Brother beat him.
Yeah,
his brother beat him. He was angry because,
Todd Pletcher does phenomenal at Saratoga.
Right. And Renegade came up painfully short, and he looked visibly angry at the horse at it. I mean, I think this is a beast about to be unleashed here.
Otinio.
Mm-hmm. Otinio.
I'm really good friends with Katie Davis, who is Dylan Davis's Dylan, who is one of the nicest human beings, and she's a really good jockey. And her brother is riding this, and he's a good, solid B rider.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be enough. And
he's interesting. I mean, distance.
If you look, I mean, he's always right there.
Yeah.
Further Ado ran out of his mind that day.
Right.
And
did he have a bruised foot? Is that why they held him out of the Derby?
Yeah, I think. But regardless, could he slop in for the Super? Maybe. He's got. You can't bet him all, and he's one I'm tossing.
He's got good bloodline. Son of Quality Road.
Oh my God! Yeah, I love Quality Road. And
nephew of Gunrunner.
Giants Causeway Mare, Three Chimneys, which they've forgotten more about horse racing.
This is his problem. Like, he just doesn't have the data points with the rest of these horses, though.
I agree. I'm not saying that you got to throw somebody out, and that's one. But it is Chad Brown. By the way, do you know who he's a half brother to?
Who?
Gunrunner.
That's what I was saying. He's a nephew of Gunrunner.
Right. I think he will develop as time goes on. I don't think his time will be Saturday, but who cares? Growth,
right, number 6, growth equity.
Yeah. Now that's what I do for a living. You know that.
Right. This is
I buy growth equity. I buy small mid-cap growth equity. So I have Chad Brown is a very, very, very cagey trainer. Manny Franco, the same kind of deal. I think Manny's a great rider. I give him an A-, with the exception of, to me, he's more of a jockey if you're better up front. Okay.
Yes.
That's to me. That doesn't mean he would probably be upset with me if I said that. He's lightly raced. He has a new top last time. Can maybe go forward another, but I don't think it's his time.
It's tough. Now, his price obviously intrigues me here. I'm assuming about 12-1 right now.
You know who he reminds me of? Your buddy that won the Preakness.
Yeah, Solo, for sure.
That's who he reminds me of.
Absolutely, because he's trending up. Distance and performance are trending up.
Right.
He won that.
And he's gone. The other thing I love, he ran a 69 buyer, an 83 buyer, an 89 buyer, a 93 buyer. So he's, like you said, trending up. Once again, that's a horse that if somebody wants to pound the table or they want to key on, I'm not going to argue with them. It's not one where I say, "Oh, you're silly for doing that."
Yeah,
just not going to be me.
Not for you. Son of Nyquist,
who I love.
Yep.
Who I absolutely love. Trained by
Dan O'Toole.
No, Nyquist. I'm talking about.
Who was?
Just say the words. Just 2 words. We've said it 4 times on the call.
Well, this one, Chad Brown.
No, this one's trained by Chad Brown. Who was Nyquist trained by?
Oh, Nyquist, Baffert.
No, was it? Wasn't it Doug O'Neill?
I said Doug O'Neill first. You said no.
I didn't hear you. You mumbled.
Jesus Christ, the answer is always Doug O'Neill, and I'm like, why is he growing on this? It's always Doug O'Neill.
Everything's going to get back to Doug O'Neill.
Why would you even plug Bob Baffert? I'm like, why would it even set me up? He's got all.
He just won my horse. I want to shine his shoes.
Bought your damn house, and that's how you cash in, and yet you're not taking growth equity, even though that is what you really do for a living. And just the fact that you said that I could have him, I might have to be all in growth equity.
Well, he reminds me of the horse you picked in the Preakness.
Solo. Hey, he won the Peter Pan by 2. I like him a lot. All right, let's go to Commandment number 7.
Peter Pan race stunk, though. Anyway, I'm just the competition. He ran a good race.
He did. He looks good.
This
I like
horse,
the price.
Commandment is just a solid. Commandment to me is LeBron James now. Just
Okay.
solid there, can do a little bit of everything.
He's a grinder.
He's a grinder. Brad Cox is a very, very good trainer. You know, they got all A's. They got he's the A horse in the mischief.
Yeah.
An A trainer, an A rider, and I think Velasquez is underrated. All right.
Okay.
His time, effort is it. So would it surprise me at all? Not really. And I could understand why people say, and I don't really know what happened in the Derby, but what did I tell you at the time? All right. Luis Saez was on the horse.
Yeah.
And Saez, while I think he's a good jockey, I think I only want to lay into him when he has a horse near the front. That's just me. Right?
Now,
and remember, look at this. He had Ortiz,
right,
Torres, Pratt, and Saez. He won 1, 2, 3, 4 races with 4 different jockeys before the Derby.
He listen, and Commandment's been great. His biggest disappointment was the Derby, which comes 7th. But like you said, with a less crowded field here, he should have a much better trip. I mean,
he's going to be in my try box.
Yeah, he's got to be in there. You'd be an idiot to throw him away.
And Chad Brown and Klarovich have 2. We talked about growth equity, emerging market. Not surprised by emerging market by me in the Derby. I am a huge Flavian Pratt fan. I am not. You can't say anything bad about Chad Brown. You can't say anything bad about Pratt. I just don't think that was his day. And I didn't think, if you remember, I did not think during the Derby.
No. I mean, he was trying to do the impossible. He's only, winning his 3rd race ever.
Right.
He's 1-2, and he's finished 10th in the Derby.
He's been working out. He worked out really well at Saratoga.
Yeah.
He
also got banged around, though, too, right?
Banged. He got wide, bumped. He had a bad trip, but yeah, and that's rare for Flavian Pratt to get you a difficult ride.
Well, it's Derby though; it was crowded. I mean, he should definitely have a cleaner trip here. I mean, he beat Golden Tempo in the Louisiana Derby, for crying out loud here, and the distance was not a problem there. Was it a mile 3 1/16 or something like that?
If he runs back to his Louisiana Derby, which I thought was a key race. He's a contender here. He's so lightly raced. He's probably should be, as they say, more mature and doing better than he was in March.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've seen the best race out of him, and he might be able to get it out of him that day. And of course, he's got another great sire in Candy Ride. The Empire making there on the bottom will give him the distance. Anybody that wants to put a stake in the ground, emerging market, I'm all for it. So
yes,
I love the trainer. I love the jockey. The 2 races before were impressive. Sometimes you just isn't your day, and that wasn't his day in the Derby. And by the way, I did say that at the time. I am using him here. I didn't necessarily use him in the Derby. And now you come to the Derby winner. 78, 81, 84, 88, 95. Improve. Cherie deserves a standing ovation
Cherie DeVoe.
By A, getting the horse ready, and B, bringing attention to the females in the sport. And she has been a great advocate for the sport and
she's awesome.
Ambassador for the sport afterwards. She's got a whole barn full of horses, yet she's taken the time and done every interview. And even though she did not think her as a woman was a big deal, she either realized or was made to realize it was a big deal. So I applaud her for that. And I am going to use that horse in the trifecta because they have a guy by the name of Jose Ortiz.
Yes,
I believe
Ortiz brother at the Derby. We're like, what the hell are we thinking?
Yep, I believe that if you go through the whole card Friday and Saturday,
and
you just don't want to handicap, you don't want to take the time, and you bet Ortiz, and then maybe you do Ortiz, Pratt, I think you'll come ahead. So if you put 10 across on every race of those horses, I think you'll come up on the positive side during Friday and Saturday's card. So to break it down, I'm going to do 5 horses in a try box for sure, and then I'll do some other stuff. But I am going to, and if you want my order, so let's do order.
All right.
My number 1 pick will be the 4, Renegade.
Number 1 pick is the 4, Renegade, to win the Belmont Stakes.
My number 2 pick will be the 3, Chief Wallaby.
Chief Wallaby, the 3.
And my number 3 pick is so difficult. Because he's so consistent and because he was impaired in the beginning, I'm going to go 4-3-7. I'm going to go Commandment. And then I guess my next horse, even though I talked about Pratt, I would go 4-3-7-9. I would go Golden Tempo.
Golden Tempo. No, I don't think obviously, I don't think it was a fluke by any means.
No, I think we overlooked it. The post had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Far out there post,
Now, are you worried at all? You think Ortiz might have to run him a little differently this time? I mean, he might have to be out front a little bit more. He can't.
Well, I don't think he'll be out front, but he might be middle of the pack.
Right.
Maybe the front third.
I don't know. I think he might have spent
the
a little more energy in this one.
The horse, I've been told by the people that have been watching, really came out of the Derby well, given that time off, is training well. So I don't know. I could do worse in life than betting Ortiz in every race 1-2. I really.
So you're going.
I didn't do that. I went with a jockey that I think's a B+ jockey with Wallaby, but I think highly of Mott. And so yes, so I'm 4-3-7 are my top 3 picks. You have to give me 3 picks, and then whoever gets first gets 5. Whoever gets second, they get 3.
4-3. Tell you what we're gonna do. 4-3, because I'm also on the 4-3-7.
Are you really? In what order though?
Yeah, I'm gonna key to 4 over 3-7, and my wild card is gonna be the 6, the growth equity. How about we do a little 6 versus 9, growth equity versus Golden Tempo head to head? Let's just.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. We can do that. We can do
great odds for you.
We can do a cheesesteak for that.
We could definitely. That's great odds for you since Golden Tempo is 9-2 and my horse is 12-1. But the point is,
and then look at the numbers. Yeah, it's not a surprise that you picked the numbers that you did.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
Love numbers. Love numbers. 69.
69. Oh, I see what you're saying. 69.
Remember, I did 7-11. This is 69. You got to know what numbers you're talking about.
See, that's the difference between us and the generation behind us. The kids today, they do 6-7. You go, what's that mean? It means nothing.
6-7. Yeah, I don't even still know what it means.
Yeah, I know, but at least
I was at a wedding. the other
69
day.
at least means something.
They were calling tables, and they were doing them by 2s. Yeah. And the one they go 6-7, and the tables erupted. 6-7.
Yeah, what's it mean? Nothing. Well, 69, it means something. It's a dumb, gross act, but it still means something. At least we can tell you what it means.
I just thought it was odd that's our bet. Is a 69 bet.
Any good undercard bets before we let you go, Jeb? On the day?
No, but I like Crude Velocity, and I think
Crude Velocity. You said
I think his odds will be good because the race is so tough. But I'm a big fan of the horse. But I will give a play. I don't want him to whack my odds. Let me hold on. I'm not as prepared as I should be. On Friday night.
All right, this is coming out Friday, so tonight.
What time? Friday during the day? It's coming out.
This is coming out Friday morning.
Okay. Well, people can go to Penn National.
Penn National. All right, here we go.
By the way, because I have a reduced band of horses, but I'm still winning. My win rate is over 50% this year.
All right.
I think I've won 6.
Easy money. Like I said, easy money owning horses.
I want people to understand that this is not this has some hair on it because we just don't know. Right. I claimed this horse. It was an Omaha Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened. It got the first race back in an allowance race. This horse looks like it should be running in the Belmont. This is how beautiful this horse is.
Mm.
And it's a 4-year-old filly, so probably in the girl race. And the day I claimed it, it had a 50 buyer. Just as a 4-year-old, that's not great, but it's not horrible, and it could be competitive and some stuff. So the horse goes off the favorite the next race at 2-1 and finishes 6 by 15 lengths, which took a lot of 2-1 was my money because I thought the horse was going to run really well, and it did not. And so it was good we didn't do a call before that. However, May 22nd, we decided to send this horse long at a mile, originally scheduled for the turf. Now, this horse has run on the turf before, has not finished in the money, but it's one of its best buyers on the turf. So now, on May 22nd, it runs the mile, they take it off the turf, and this horse explodes. Totally explodes. Now, we did change some things. I will tell people that this horse does not have the greatest breathing ever in the world, but you can do some things with the bit and the tongue tie and then get it relaxed early. And this horse drew off and won by 14 3/4 lengths.
What?
14.
This is the horse running Friday night at Penn National.
Friday night at Penn. Now, we are running in a pretty salty allowance race. It's nearly a $40,000 purse. And we don't have the same. There's mitigating factors on this tout. Okay. Right now he's listed 10-1. She's listed 10-1. I do not think she'll go off 10-1. I think she'll probably go off 5-1.
All right.
Now on this, if you get all these listeners a pound the table,
listen,
I would not.
My fans don't need any warnings. They just need the number and the race. The
number is the 3 horse in the 3 race.
Number there it is. 3 horse.
What number is 30? I'm going to test your. Where is the number 33 famous?
Where is number 33 in Latrobe, Pennsylvania?
There you go. All right. You got it. 33 Rolling Rock beer, baby.
That's right.
So this is my Rolling Rock bet.
I love it.
I think that I feel confident that we'll hit the board.
Yep.
The horse, by the way, ran an 81 buyer after a 50, a 33, 81.
Wow.
Mitigating factors has got a different jockey. We got a journeyman on it, and it's just the way it played out.
Doesn't matter.
And it's on the turf. But Omaha Beach, and it's out of an Arch mare. Both it's bred top and bottom for turf. Prior to this, its best buyer was on the turf. And I think the horse should go off somewhere in the 4 to 7-1 range. And I think we have a decent shot. And I think that this isn't one of these I'm touting an even money horse.
Yeah.
I think this horse looks like a big time horse. It has its issues. If it can relax, I think horses, when they strain, that's when they're breathing. I don't know where we'll be, but we should want to get this horse in a nice rhythm before it makes its run. It's a mile race, and I like it.
A mile on a turf, the 3 horse, 3rd race. What's the name of the horse?
Didn't It Rain? And it's a great name because it didn't rain.
Didn't it rain? I remember from last time. This is where we get in on it. Get that bankroll ready for the Preakness, so then you could hit that 4-3-7.
Okay, if you're let's say your bankroll for a card is $200.
Yep.
This is
You go to the ATM, you got 500 more, and you put it on.
No.
Didn't it rain? Penn National.
This is 15 across and an exacta box with all, because it's a turf race for $2.
All right. $2. Love it.
And I will tell you that if you put 15 across and a $2 exacta box 3 all, if you don't hit that, I'll have to buy CJ 2 cheesesteaks.
2 cheesesteaks, because growth equity's coming in. How do you betray? This is going to be back to back. The ones you give me said, I'll lose no sleep if it wins, and it's going to hit again. Just
hey, I don't dislike growth equity, but you got to draw a line.
You do got to draw a line. You got to talk.
So I mean,
but you also you got to look for the ones with the good number, because everyone's got such tight numbers in this. Like I said, I'll be shocked if Renegade doesn't win this.
I got it was a 5-horse thing. And so my 5 horses in order are 4, 3, 7, 9, 6. No,
not 6.
No. 4, 3, 7, 8. Emerging market.
4, 3, 7, 9, 8. There it is.
And I'll be boxing those in exactas and trifectas.
Of course.
But I will throw your 6 in there now, because you've indicated to me it's the same type of horse. By the way, I mean, it's Chad Brown versus Chad Brown. Wait a minute. Emerging market is Chad Brown and Pratt, and you have Manny Franco and Chad Brown. So we got the same trainer, different jock.
Mm-hmm.
A Nyquist, who I love, versus a Candy Ride, who I love. So, that's our bet.
We'll see what happens. Good luck, and more good Portland. It didn't rain. Congratulations on the sale, Joe Besecker.
Thank you. That money will go towards many things that I'm late on.
Joe, thanks for joining us, and good luck this weekend at the horses.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good. I would really like to go to Saratoga. I really would.
Beautiful place.
But
gorgeous place.
Well, it is, but and they're telling me that the new Belmont looks fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not there's many tracks that I love. Aqueduct might be one of my least favorite ever. Yeah. Belmont's a pretty cool place, but it was so large and cavernous. Saratoga is just really cool, and it'll be interesting to see it at Saratoga. So, and by the way, we were talking about the Preakness. They limited the amount of people in there.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem like a Triple Crown race.
No.
There wasn't a lot of people. There really wasn't a lot of lines. The people at Laurel were very nice. Treated everybody. I give them double thumbs up for kindness and niceness, but it didn't have the feel.
Yeah.
Like
not the big energy
races. But
we need 100,000 people in the infield.
Guess who I watched the Preakness with?
Doug O'Neill.
I was sitting with him the whole time.
Doug O'Neill.
There you go. We got to end it with Doug O'Neill, right?
That's how you close it. Doug O'Neill. Yeah. Good luck.
Right.
Good luck to Little Yachty, Little Wheezy, Little Wayne, and Doug O'Neill.
There you go. I see you. If that horse would happen to win,
I love it. I would not be upset if
I wouldn't be. Well, I would be upset. Now
right.
I'll have him in some of my exacta boxes just because I do an all.
Sure.
But and look, that jockey he's all right. He's just all right. He's a C plus. I mean, I guess in California, he's winning at 19% for the year, so he's not bad. And he's tough circuit at San Anita. But
is he a rapper? I think I got a rapper on there, right? I gotta get a
fresh shoe.
I mean, especially with all the little names, Little Jockey, something. Get him out there. All right, Joe. Good luck this weekend.
All right, take care.
Joe Besecker, everybody. That was great. Once again, can't thank him enough for all 3 Triple Crown races. He is, like I said, he is a lot. Told a great story there of, that's a score. $18,000 horse and ship it for $650. Damn. So we'll keep an eye out on all of those. Thank you, C. Generates, for watching the Friday show here, Belmont Stakes. I didn't even have time. I got this sweatshirt. I was going to do my man in the box about my man Vu, R.I.P. I will do it, I guess, on my other show, which I'm recording after this. I know that you're watching here on Friday, but I'm recording the Wednesday show. This is on Wednesday. I have to go to the studio right now, and I'll do it then because the show already ran long, which is fine. This is what happens. So good luck out there. That's going to do it for this. Let me play some music. Let me get out of here, and I need to keep the day going. So good luck, C-Gens. I will see you on Monday.
Detective, he's on the case. Stop, drop, and sniff it out. That's what the bad detective is all about. Scumbag revenge. It's the bad detective, he's on the case. Stop, drop, and sniff it out. That's what the bad detective is all about. Scumbag events. Everybody, it's the bad detective. He's on the case. Stop, drop, and sniff it out. That's what the bad detective is all about. Scumbag events. Watch out for them bottom line bombs.